Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to another Disney podcast. And our season finale? That doesn't make any sense. It's not a season finale. It's in our final first
series finale.
Yes, series finale. Thank you. The ghost off screen that you do not see is Brandon, and it's irrelevant if you're listening anyway. So this has been the best opener we've ever had, and we're going for it. Welcome to part 3 of Let's Eat.
This is another Disney podcast production.
All right. What's up, man?
Oh, not much. I'm just so glad that not everything makes it to the final episode. Not everything lands in the final cut.
I agree. If people only heard what was going on behind this another Disney podcast production. Maybe we'll put it on the special features on the DVD.
If you send us $100, we will send to you what we talked about. It was quite the comedic adventure.
'Twas indeed, yes. My friend. 'Twas indeed.
Man, this week, crazy.
Yeah, this week is crazy.
It
feels weird. Feels like we just taped yesterday because we're going early this week.
Yeah,
earlier than we usually tape, but it feels like we just were together.
I know. And yet we're 790 miles-ish away, says
something like
Disney that. Sign up there. I'll eventually have to take a picture or send it. The people are always like, what is he looking at? Yes, you only see like what's behind me if you're watching YouTube, but this is I guess it's fair to say, Brandon, wouldn't you, that this is a fairly themed Disney room?
Yeah, it's a pretty extensive. I should say your collection is extensive. Yes. I agree.
So over here, we'll just give them a tour around the room that they can't see, but it'll be invigorating.
It's like Figment. It's like Figment. Just use your imagination.
There you go. So I have a coast-to-coast running metals hanger that I got at a Run Disney event. And what's cool about it, it has the castle in Florida and the castle in Anaheim, so that's why they call it coast. And I have all of my Star Wars half marathon medals that I did back when I ran. Can't you tell by this sleek physique that I run? Up here, I've got not the $9,000 version of the Lego castle, but the $35 version of the Lego castle and the little Toy Story ball. There's some pictures of Dave and Krista and Brandon with Micaiah, and then Micaiah and Belle dancing, then a Just Keep Swimming song. All right, we're going to move on because this has gone way over here. I've got 47 Starbucks mugs for the You Are Here that were all Disney park related. A picture of when Isaiah went the first time. Picture when Kim and I went the first time in 2007. We look like we're 9. Unbelievable.
You were not.
And there, over here on our panel where we like the breaker panel, there's 917 pass holder magnets.
Well, that's good. People can't like steal them from there like they do from your car.
No.
Like that's breaking and entering, brother.
Yeah. So, what is this show about? Because we are so far off course.
We have gone so far off track that we might as well be called Test Track.
The fact that you're still here, Brandon, not the people, the fact that you're still like, I don't know where this is going. I'm out. This is not what I signed up for.
Yeah, I don't know, Dave. Skype shut down. It was weird.
Okay, so here it is. Here is the comical part of what's actually going on with me. So this is our 3rd installment of our series that we've titled Let's Eat. If you haven't listened to the other 2, they don't matter. They don't need to be in chronological order because the order we went in was already backwards if you think about it anyway. But we've covered some of our quick service favorites and some of our table service favorites. And so it only makes sense to navigate to some of our favorite snacks in the parks. But you would think having a minimum, because we talked about it, I think, the week before, and then we've done 2. So a minimum of 4 weeks I've had to decipher what are my favorite snacks in every park. Because I know what they are in some of them. Literally thought about it when I plugged all the gear in tonight. I was like, what would I pick here? And the answer was immediately, I have no idea. So you're welcome for all of the prep work that we put in just for you.
Exactly. I mean, I've been diligently taking notes since last week.
I'm not surprised.
I haven't.
I would believe you though.
I really haven't, I did think about it this morning, so it's a little sooner than when
Yeah.
you did, but I thought about it this morning.
That's at least 8 to 10 hours earlier than I did. So that's
Correct.
I mean, job well done.
Correct.
But here's what's great. I can just lie.
Yeah.
Credibility out the window.
And the 8 people who are listening have turned us off.
Okay, so since you thought about it, let's see how well. I won't tell you what I have zero clue for. So I'll let you pick the first park, and that way we'll see based on my response when you say the park name. It'll help you know if I'm prepared for that park or not.
Okay.
All right.
And if you're watching, you're one of the 8 or 9 people that checks us out on YouTube. When I say this park, please watch Dave's face, because Dave is not a very good visual liar.
No.
So
No poker face.
if he doesn't have anything, you're going to be able to tell. So even if you're listening to this, go to YouTube right now, tune in right now, and just watch Dave's face. Dave, what is your favorite snack in Disney's Hollywood Studios?
Oh my God. How did you know, dude? I don't know that I've ever even gotten a snack there.
There's so
Dang
many
it.
there's so many snacks there. I know what your favorite snack is.
Oh, hold on. Well, let me
Disney's
go
Hollywood
first. That way,
Studios.
because are we supposed to pick 2? I can't remember.
Well, I think we said something like we were going to say what's the most popular snack?
Okay.
What do we
That's fair.
think the most
All right.
popular snack is at Hollywood Studios, and then what our favorite snack is?
Because
at
I
Hollywood
have had a
Studios.
snack there, but the fact that I've only had it one time would probably lead you to believe that it wasn't my favorite, but it's a snack that I've had there, so I feel like I kind of have to go for it.
That leaves me in suspense.
It is the I think it's called. I didn't even look it up. See, I'm not kidding. I planned nothing for this. At Woody's Lunchbox, don't they have a Pop-Tart?
Yes,
That
they do.
Yeah, I had it. It was not great, but that's a snack. I think it was blueberry and lemon. How are we leading with come listen to our favorite snacks? And I'm like, it was not great.
It was our favorite snack is awful. Now, see, this is the problem with Hollywood Studios, though, and this is kind of what I struggled with, is that there's not a whole lot of snacks outside of your Mickey bars, your frozen lemonades, your sweet salty nuts, things like that. There's not a lot of big snacks, but there are a couple. So you say the Pop-Tart at Woody's Lunchbox.
That's just one that's unique. That's not of the list that you just named that I've had. And I don't know that I would be I wouldn't rush back to go have another one. So what were you going to think that, what were you going to say that now, if we switch to mixed beverages, I have a couple.
I know that, okay. But I think here's what I think your favorite snack at Walt Disney's Hollywood Studio is.
Okay.
The Ronto wrap in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, that's true. I was thinking sweets. I was very close-minded. I locked myself in a box.
Not everyone likes sweet snacks. Some people like savory snacks.
You're right. Yeah, that hands down. I'll eat that every time I go to the park. I just looked at that as a meal. I looked at that as a quick service, but it's
for people. I mean, for people such as our physique, that is a snack. We need to eat again 20 minutes later, right? That's a snack. It's like a $15 snack, but it's a snack.
Whenever you hear the word physique, I always think of somebody who's rather fit. So when you say physique in this company, I'm all like, yeah, I don't have a physique. Well, wait, yes, I do, but
yeah, it's not the ideal physique, but it's a physique nonetheless.
Yeah, you've had the breakfast one, so I've never had that one.
The breakfast one was good, and then I think when we all went, I had the breakfast one, and then you guys had the regular. Yeah. Ronto wrap at 8:30 in the morning. And I was talking with Krista about this while we were eating dinner before we started tonight. And she was like, if you warn your viewers and your listeners about anything, please warn them not to eat that thing at 8:30 in the morning, because you will go back to our other episode, because you will become very familiar with every bathroom at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
It's so good though. So I guess,
is so good.
Sorry. Now that I can think savory, that opens up my possibilities.
Yeah, that's what I would pick for you.
Okay.
Now, this is my favorite snack in all of Hollywood Studios. Go to Galaxy's Edge, go to the marketplace area, and you'll find this lovely place that sells popcorn. The mixed popcorn that they sell there, it's colorful and it tastes like Fruity Pebbles. Yes. It is my favorite snack in all of Hollywood Studios.
Where is this at?
If you go to Hollywood, if you go to Galaxy's Edge, go into the marketplace, like, like on the way to get the Ronto wrap, you have to walk through the marketplace. Brandon, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
I am also familiar with this snack, which I've also had, which was delicious. I don't remember anything anymore. As soon as you mentioned, yes, it is definitely Fruity Pebbles, and it's delectable. And that delightful. Right there is my favorite sweet snack. So thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could do your homework for you.
Idiot.
But yes, that's my favorite snack. If you've never had it and you love Fruity Pebbles, or you've had Fruity Pebbles, it tastes exactly like Fruity Pebbles. When I got it, you could buy the little popcorn bucket holder thing that was like the little droid that goes around the Death Star. Yeah. So that's why I got it initially. But now every time I go there, I have to get that popcorn because it is delicious. It is like a salty / sweet snack. You first bite into the popcorn, gives you that little normal popcorn saltiness, but then it's boom, finishes 100% Fruity Pebbles. So it's really good, but it will stain your fingers. So be careful. Yes. It makes your fingers and your lips and your tongue red.
Yeah. And it's popped candy. That's literally what it is.
It is popped candy, but it's delicious. But yeah, that's my favorite snack at Hollywood Studios. Now there's some good ones. I mean, they have great cupcakes at like Backlot Express. They have some great cupcakes. They usually for the season or the movie that's coming out, there's going to be a themed cupcake. But yeah, I mean, once you've had one cupcake at Disney, they're pretty much all the same. So that to me is not like a favorite snack of mine. I can't have them and they're huge.
Question for you. Where would we land on, or where would you land on the Landon Calrissian?
Landon.
Where would you land? What would you say is probably the most popular snack in that park?
I would probably say, because they're everywhere, it would be like a Mickey bar. I think that's the most popular snack because they have churros there. They have regular popcorn there. They got the frozen lemonade. So I would say the snacks that you can buy at those kind of stands, ice cream sandwiches, Mickey bars, they're the most popular snack in Hollywood Studios, but that's just because people don't want to go on the search for the good stuff. I think. Yeah, I think that's the most popular. I don't really hear anybody bragging about Hollywood Studios and snacks.
Clearly, I didn't. I was like, I haven't had anything, and now I've had everything that you've talked about. So, snacks, and you can tell I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I think you can vouch for this. I'm not a big eater at Disney.
No.
I am like, we did have like that face-sized donut that one night outside of that little Joffrey's cart at Epcot, but like, that was rare. We never are like, ooh, let's go get a treat. I don't know. Now, I think Krista is like that. Krista loves to get either like a sweet coffee or we'll get a treat, but I don't know what it is about. I'm just all like, I have to go do all the things. So eating is just like, well, I have to refuel. So I refuel and keep going. So I need to get better at this. You need to help me out.
I think so. But I would be remiss if I didn't tell our listeners, the people out there, my favorite story about a snack in Hollywood Studios. And I think it was the first time that we went to Walt Disney World with you guys in 2010. If you're familiar, it's not open anymore, but there was this place called the Starring Rolls Cafe.
I remember that.
You remember that? It had the little red umbrellas. It's kind of across the street from where the Starbucks is now. Mm-hmm. But when we first went there, Dave, my wonderful friend Dave, was in the mood for a cinnamon roll.
Oh, no. I forgot about the story.
He was in the mood for a cinnamon roll. And so he went to the Starring Rolls Cafe, purchased his cinnamon roll. They gave it to him on a plate. And he went to like take a bite or to touch it. And he was like, this is cold.
Yeah.
Why are they serving me a cinnamon roll cold?
It's actually unlawful in Florida. I guess
I think it is. I mean, they could have just left it outside and it would have been warm. Yes. But I digress. But he asks the wonderful lady behind the counter, hey, this is cold. Do you guys happen to have a microwave where you could heat this up? She looks at him deadpan, dead face and goes, no. Now, if anyone's ever hung out with Dave,
my response was probably, okay, thanks.
No, it definitely
To
was
her.
not.
To her.
definitely was not. Okay, thanks. I'll enjoy my tasty cinnamon roll anyway.
It wasn't.
He was like, puts it down on the counter, and he's like, why in the world would they serve a cinnamon roll that's not warm? So he throws this tantrum that would make any 4-year-old super proud and walks out, like, without the cinnamon roll. He's like, you know what? I don't even want it anymore.
Want it.
Goes out and sits at the table and pouts.
Definitely
so
pouts. Well, all three of you were enjoying your delectable treats.
We were enjoying our delectable treats. So 3-4 minutes later, this wonderful cast member comes out with a warm cinnamon roll on a plate and puts it in front of Dave. And she said, baby, I found you a microwave. Put it in front of Dave, and he was the happiest 4-year-old kid I've ever seen. But there were children watching us, and it taught them a very, very bad lesson.
That is all your wife has ever said. You know what that taught you?
If you pout, then you get what you want. So, Dave, I'm sorry, those kids, that was 2010, so that was 12 years ago. Those kids they're driving now.
Yep.
And probably pouting when they don't get their way because of Dave Daniels. But I will never forget that first visit to Hollywood Studios because of the Starring Roles Cafe cold cinnamon bun.
I do have one comment about that. She had a microwave. I asked a question that I knew the answer to.
Well, she did not have one in the Starring Roles Cafe. She had to go in some secret hallway.
She probably went in their break room. Now I feel horrible.
Probably. But she said she went in some secret hallway to the back of a different restaurant to heat up a cinnamon roll.
They were probably like, Linda, what are you doing in here? This clown is whining about his room temperature cinnamon roll.
And they're like, oh, his parents, wanted him to get a cinnamon roll? And she was like, no, he's like 30.
I hope that Brad was sitting over there in the corner like, they got warm ones at Magic Kingdom. I hope that, thanks, Brad. Thank you, Brad. I'm feeling you, Brad. Thank you.
Who the heck is Brad? That will always be my favorite story about a snack at Hollywood Studios.
I try to keep my ish together.
Yeah, and I still go to Disney with you even after that. It's pretty amazing.
Oh, pretty amazing. All right, I'm going to pick. Let's go to Animal Kingdom. What is your jam at Animal Kingdom?
My jam at Animal Kingdom is, and Krista and I were talking about this, because again, Animal Kingdom is one of those places that does not have a lot of snacks. They have a lot of like side dishes and savory stuff, but we thought about one good thing, and I would term this a snack. If you go over to Pandora, and you go to the drink stand that's right outside where you exit Flight of Passage, there is a drink that is refreshing, 3 different flavors, has boba balls in it, and it is delectable. It's like passion fruit boba balls with like lime and strawberry and mango, maybe something like that. But it is fantastic. And because it's always hot in Florida, it is refreshing. So that is my favorite treat / snack in Animal Kingdom because it's delicious.
It's fantastic.
Do you remember having that?
It's an amazing drink. It's colorful, and like the boba balls on top are. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. So good, in fact, that because we don't plan these shows.
That's what you picked, isn't it?
That is my favorite snack. So I found a little fun ditty here. I don't know what a ditty means, but what's your go-to drink when visiting Animal Kingdom? For me, it's definitely the Night Blossom. Extra passion fruit boba, please. This drink is available in Pandora at the Pongo Lounge, which actually translates to party party in the Na'vi language from the movie. So this was a short trip. I can't even think of any other snacks at Animal Kingdom that I've had.
Yeah, here's one for you. Well, here's one. It used to be a snack, but now we eat it for our meal.
I cannot believe you picked the same one.
I know. It's gonna happen eventually. We go to Disney all the time, and we talk about Disney every week. So it's going to eventually happen. But here's one. We talked about it during the quick service, but it used to also be a snack credit on the meal plan, and that is the chicken fried rice back at the Yak and Yeti local cafe. So we always used to, back when they had the meal plan, we always just used to get it as a snack.
Yeah.
Like we didn't used to eat there. That was like, the 11 o'clock mid-morning, you've already been on the safari.
Right.
You've already done Flight of Passage and you're walking all the way over to Everest. So we're going to stop. We're going to get a snack. And it was the fried rice. So that's another one of my favorites. And then you also have the Dole Whip with rum.
Yeah.
But you're not a huge Dole Whip fan, are you?
No, but I would have that. I forget about that in other parks you can get them with alcohol. That kind of changes the game.
That is a game changer. It comes with dark rum. You can get coconut rum or you can get dark rum. And that is located, if you don't know, you walk across the bridge to Africa like you're going to the safari.
Yes.
And as soon as you cross the bridge, you can go left to Tusker House or you can go right. On the corner there is a stand where you can get regular Dole Whip with rum and some other delectable beverages.
Yeah. Treats. Savories.
Savories.
I wonder what the most popular... I wouldn't have a clue what the most popular one is. I would think it would be something alcohol laced.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best. I mean, you can get into, when you get over into like Dino Land, if you're heading that way, there's a stand over there that sells like buffalo chips that I think they have barbecue on them.
Oh.
And they're really good. And then, some of those places have French fries.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a lot of, there's a lot of savory snacks at a lot of those things. The only problem is those stands aren't open all the time.
Yeah, that is true.
So a lot of the snacks you're going to miss out on depending on what time of day and depending on what time of year you go.
Yeah, and that's not even, I don't even know that I would call them stands seasonal. It's just sometimes randomly like they're not open.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I will say this, like, correct me if I'm wrong, which I am most of the time. But I feel like with Epcot being known as like the drinking park, I feel like I see more people with alcohol in Animal Kingdom than I ever do at Epcot. Am I wrong?
I think I don't know that necessarily there's more people with alcohol. It just seems more out of place at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, maybe if they're just more visible. Maybe that's what.
I mean, because Epcot really just seems like a street party. You know what I mean? Like where people are just walking around with alcohol. Animal Kingdom still feels to me like a theme park, right? Yeah. So you don't expect to see alcohol everywhere.
When you have Steve with a beer, you're like, you have beer at Disney. That's where did you get that?
You have beer in Dino Land. That's weird.
Yeah.
So I think it just seems more out of place at Animal Kingdom. It's not necessarily that there's more. I think there's way more drinking at Epcot for sure, but
I will say,
and it's a bigger park.
I will say for Team Daniels, like I know this doesn't qualify as the most popular snack, but we've talked about at length how I've heard a lot of people say that definitely it's the most humid of all the parks, but it also seems to always feel warmer when you're there. And so we have had like the frozen lemonade or the frozen strawberry lemonade at that park more than we have anywhere else. So that is definitely a popular treat with the Daniels kids when we are at Animal Kingdom, but we don't typically get it anywhere else. So I just have a feeling it's the heat and humidity there with all of the animals.
Yeah, now that you say that, that's the park I get the Minute Maid frozen lemonade the most at. Yeah,
I think it just tastes better there. Maybe that's what it is.
It's subliminal. It's a subliminal.
My favorite spot, and this is more of a personal thing, like for you and I. My favorite spot to hang out in Animal Kingdom is the little outdoor bar.
Oh yeah,
like we always, if we go, we typically sit down and have a nice beer together.
Beverage, That's a good place to chill. Yeah. And it was kind of weird during COVID because they made it really so you couldn't sit there and like enjoy the atmosphere. So they put up all the plexiglass all the way around the bar. So it was kind of super impersonal, but they took all that down finally. So it's back to being a cool place to hang out. Yeah. One of my favorite pictures is when we first moved down here, which is coming up. It's coming up on 4 years here, and Krista moved down 4 years, and in 2 weeks it'll be 4 years ago. But when we came down, and it was me, you, and Steve, and we just had an Animal Kingdom day. One of my favorite pictures is taken right at that bar.
Yep.
So I love it.
And one of my favorite pictures of us randomly is right behind where we sit at that bar. It was in like that alcove area.
Yeah.
I don't know what, and we both had like the ODU football
shirts
on. Yeah, weird,
Yeah.
man. We remember, like, I can't tell you what snack I had, but I can remember a freaking picture we took.
He can remember a picture and what he was wearing, but he can't tell you what he ate when he
dude.
was there.
So sad.
Super weird. Super weird.
Okay, what park are we going to?
So we did Animal Kingdom. We did Hollywood Studios. Let's go. We talked about it. Let's go to the drinking park.
All right.
What is your favorite snack at Epcot?
Oh, man, this is hard. So, anything at the Electric Umbrella. Joking.
I don't know how to tell you this, but you're going to be disappointed next time you go.
Oh no! Please don't tell me it's gone.
Yeah, they closed it last week.
Oh Lord. All right. This one is also going to be. Well, there's one staple that is always my favorite, and it doesn't matter where we go. It's kind of like pizza. You can't really mess it up, and that is, in America, the wow, brain is completely shot. The funnel cake stand, like that's always there, but that is definitely a top. But then there's a couple of things that kind of pop up, but they're not, I don't think seasonal is the right word. Festivals is probably more the right word. Yeah. And that is like during one of them, there actually is popped art. And I think it's during the arts festival.
Yes.
And that one is good, which is like, I had those first. And then I was like, ooh, I can get it anytime over here at Woody's Lunchbox. Not the same. Definitely not the same. So I didn't want to pick that because it's not always there. It's only during the arts festival. But yeah, you just can't go wrong with a funnel cake. And of course you can pick your crazy topping of choice, but I'm good with like fried dough and 6 pounds of powdered sugar. I'm good.
I agree.
Don't need anything else.
I agree. I love
strawberries is good, but I'm good with just powdered sugar.
I love funnel cakes. So yeah, I mean, I don't hit that stand as often.
Yeah, we don't as much anymore.
But I love a good funnel cake. So yes. I agree with you there. My favorite snack at Epcot, and it is more of a festival thing, but the good news is that they have festivals all the time. So it's generally around, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a cronut. I love me a cronut. So usually during Food and Wine Festival, it's over by Test Track in like a little trailer.
Yes.
And they have all, they put like Reese's Pieces on it, or like chocolate, or Nutella or something like that.
It's diabetes is what it is.
It's diabetes on the plate, but it's delicious. And then I think during Flower and Garden, it might be at the refreshment port where they have like the poutine. So if you come in the World Showcase and you go the incorrect direction towards Canada, it's right over there on the right, past the Starbucks that's not there anymore. But the cronut is usually there. So that is my favorite because I love donuts. Like I will eat donuts anywhere. So give me like a flaky croissant donut covered in butter and sugar and cinnamon. Roll me in it. I'm good. It's over. Roll me in it because it's delicious.
Roll me in it.
Hashtag roll me in it. I mean, we talk about this all the time. We used to go to Krispy Kreme all the time. Lord. Like my dream was to just get on that conveyor belt and go underneath the glazed waterfall. So I mean,
can I be a synchronized swimmer in the glaze, please?
Yes.
I just want to be a synchronized swimmer.
So the cronut is that's my favorite at Epcot. There's great snacks for every festival, and you can snack your way all the way around. Yeah. Anything over at the bakery in Norway, right outside Frozen Ever After.
Yeah.
That bakery has some great pastries that are always delicious if you're looking for something a little bit different. And then the popcorn, the Werther's popcorn in Germany.
Yeah, that's Matthew's
amazing
favorite for sure.
Comes out warm in the bag, and it is. You can smell it as you're around the corner.
I haven't eaten anything here, but I would definitely say at least it's going to be the prettiest is in France. The little treat thing inside France is like it's beautiful to look at, and so I can imagine that they also taste fancy and free. Well, not free because nothing's free.
Definitely not free,
but it's always the prettiest treats, I think. So again with food and festivals and like there's so many options there. I'm not even going to try to pick. I will say my favorite thing I've ever had there is over there, right? If you leave Living with the Land and head toward Journey of Imagination, there's a little popcorn cart there. And I actually, why am I looking around to my office? But I have the popcorn bucket that was way back when it was soon after the Skyway had launched. A Skyliner had launched, and so it's like a popcorn thing that's a Skyliner car. But they had like all kinds of crates, so you could get like cheddar cheese, butter, and like buffalo, like hot sauce flavored popcorn, which we haven't talked about this. I put hot sauce on everything. Ice cream, bread, donuts.
Dave could definitely be in that Frank's Red Hot commercial.
Yes.
He could take over for the old lady because he puts that on everything.
Yep. My favorite is Tabasco for sure. But that was the best thing of popcorn I've ever had in my life. But like the few times I've been there, it's just been popcorn. Nothing special about it. So, but that was a special treat. And I hope that comes back and I can get it next time. Yeah. So I'm not even going to try to pick like a favorite. What's the most? Yeah. There's too many options for one to be.
There's way too many options. It depends on what you're going for. Like, are you going for drinks? Because then you're going to go left and you're going to go to Choza de Margarita and you're going to get one of their crazy margaritas. They have great, I think, chips and guacamole there. You can get maybe little tacos there. So like the little snacks there are great. And the margaritas are good. The only thing that kind of turns me off about that margarita, it's expensive. It's like $18 and it comes out of a gun. Now I understand that it would take forever to hand make that volume of margarita. But to me, it's not really an authentic margarita if it comes out of a gun.
Give me a $3 discount for the gun.
Yeah. I have a hard time paying $18 for a gun margarita.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But yeah, it just depends on what you're looking for at Epcot. Like if you go into Sunshine Seasons, in the Land Pavilion, I mean, they have
that's one of the best places to go.
Because
there's never a wait.
Desserts, all sorts of snacks. You can go in there and fill your water bottles and refill your sodas, and there's always some sort of cupcake or cookie or specialty thing in there that's delicious. So I mean, Epcot, if you're looking to snack, Epcot is definitely the place you want to go for sure.
There's no doubt about that. What else have I've had I'm trying to figure out why. I was with Matthew and we actually had a friend that we used to work with here in Virginia Beach was there. And it wasn't for the 50th because we were never not together for the 50th. So I don't know. It must have been one of the times that I came and stayed with him at wherever the golf course place is.
The Mystic Dunes.
Yeah. But anyway, like we hit the place outside of Japan and I got a lemon drop. That was good. That was
I do remember
really
you sending me that picture.
Yes. It was way overpriced for literally, it was not meant to be a shot, but it was about the size of a shot. But it was good.
Yeah, they do make some great drinks. And I mean, I personally have never drank around the world because I would not make it. Nope. But I think we drank, last time I tried it, we drank in Norway, we drank in China, we drank in Germany, and then we were like, I'm done. Yeah. So we went all the way around to France, had some champagne, and we called it a night. Like, I'm too old for that nonsense.
I know. I get 3 countries in and I'm like, I'm over 40. I'm tapping out.
I'm tapping out. I'm poor. My debit card has no more money on it and I'm drunk.
Oh my gosh. My goodness. All right.
My goodness. All right.
That just leaves the kingdom.
The final countdown.
Wait, I got music. Nope, that's not the same kind of music. All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just going to go out and say the most popular. We can get that out of the way right now.
Okay.
I think the most popular snack at the Magic Kingdom is Dole Whip. 100%. If you read any blog, you're like, you got to go get Dole Whip. You got to go get Dole Whip. You got to go get Dole Whip. So I think that's the most popular along with Mickey Bars. Dole Whip, Mickey Bars, Mickey Pretzels kind of all fit into the realm of like, if you go to Magic Kingdom, you got to get a picture with a Mickey bar, you got to get a picture with a Mickey pretzel or some Dole Whip. So I think that would be the most popular.
Yeah.
But what is your favorite snack at the Magic Kingdom?
At the Magic Kingdom, mine is this. This is the only one that I had figured out. I've talked about this multiple times. Your local Wawa tries to recreate it, and it's it's actually bad. I've had the last couple I've had there are bad. Like I probably won't get them anymore from Wawa, and that is at the launching pad in Tomorrowland. It's the only place you can go to because I'm a fan of a pretzel regardless, but this is the sweet cream cheese stuffed pretzel at the launching pad. It's the only place on property you can get it, and it is a favorite must-have every time my wife and I go, or the 19 times I've been without my wife. We always get that, and so that is my favorite. But I do enjoy the perfect pretzel with the most amazing cheese that has ever been created in a plastic cup.
Ugh, gross.
But yeah, it's kind of hidden. Not a lot of people would know about it, and I'm advocating for it because I don't want it to go away.
Yeah, I was just looking at the menu because I was like, last time I was there, I don't remember seeing it, but I just pulled up the menu and it is a cream cheese warm stuffed pretzel.
Yes,
it's so funny. Like the menu says cream cheese warm stuffed pretzel, and then the description of it says warm stuffed pretzel filled with cream cheese.
That's right. Hey, you know what? They got a microwave there. I don't know why the honey bun couldn't have been warm, but whatever.
I'm just saying.
Cinnamon roll.
Who came up with that description?
You know,
cream cheese, warm stuffed pretzel filled with cream cheese.
It's like backwards. It's like one of those acronyms that works both ways.
It's backwards.
Like mom, dad. No matter what way you say it or spell it, it's the same.
Yes. But so yeah, I don't like cream cheese, so that would not be my favorite. I don't think I've ever had it, but I know that it makes you giddy inside. So
I don't know. Like, so let me say this. The next time I have it, I'm going to force you to take a bite because I don't like cream cheese either. I mean, I know it's mixed in so many different things, but like, yeah, I know people have like a something in cream cheese sandwich. No, but sweet cream cheese, it's dessert, so it's like salty and sweet. It's like
okay.
So I'm gonna make you take a bite.
All right, I'll try it next time you're here. August maybe. Yes. I'll try it because that's true. Because if you go, also jumping back to the other park, Animal Kingdom, same place that you get the delicious, delectable boba ball drink. There is a dessert there. It comes in like a rolled dough, and it's like sweet cream cheese and pineapple, I think, in this like fried dough thing. And it was actually really good. And I didn't even know it was cream cheese until afterwards because my wife does that, right? Like Krista knows that if I know that that's what it is, I won't eat it.
Right.
But she just gives it to me and I eat it and I'm like, oh, that's delicious. And she says, well, that was cream cheese, moron. Like you say you don't like cream cheese and you eat it. So next time you're there, get the boba ball drink and order the cream cheese like egg roll. It's delicious.
Can we back up and can I just ask, did you just describe my favorite new snack at Animal Kingdom that I didn't know about?
I think so. What is that place called? Pongo?
Wait, it's there?
I think so. Pongo.
I can walk out double fisted with my sweet cream cheese egg roll and my boba balls?
I think so.
Oh, I'm so in. That's a $20 stop.
Oh, there it is. So let me see if it's on here. Yeah, it's called Pongo Lumpio. It is pineapple. It's a pineapple cream cheese spring roll.
Done.
Yep. I think it's only at breakfast time.
I think if we stop now, I can be there by morning.
Yeah, they have it all the time. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Pongo Lumpio. So we've gotten way off track again. We do that a lot.
Look, squirrel.
But look, squirrel. What were we talking about? Oh, Magic Kingdom.
I think it's your turn.
Favorite snacks. Yes. And I've talked about this place before. It was one of my favorite quick service restaurants, and that is Sleepy Hollow. And at Sleepy Hollow, they have one of the best snacks, price-wise and deliciousness-wise, and that is the sweet and spicy chicken and waffle sandwich. That is my favorite snack at Magic Kingdom. I think a couple times a year, Krista and I just go there and we just eat things at Magic Kingdom. So I always make sure that we go into the hub and take a left and Sleepy Hollow is the first place we stop, and I always get that. She loves the Nutella waffle that they have there. So it works out pretty good. So I get that. She gets the Nutella waffle, and it is delicious. But yeah, it is just a sweet and spicy.
That sounds good.
Chicken and waffle. It is delicious. It has broccoli slaw with a honey sriracha glaze.
Yes, yeah.
Served with house-made chips.
Dang.
And it's pretty good. It's like $11 for a pretty good amount of food.
I just need to go eat with you more.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to come and like see things and take pictures of stuff. I just eat things. That's why they're going to need a forklift to get me out of It's a Small World soon.
Okay. Now I will say, I don't know if it is going to be the most popular treat. We'll call it a treat at Magic Kingdom, but it has to be the most recognizable and the most talked about. And that is what we've mentioned multiple times in here. I've got to go with Dole Whip.
Yeah.
Because most people think that that's the only place you can get it. And for the most part, for years, it was just there. And then, the awesome
Polynesian.
Thank you. The awesomely themed. Yes. But now it's kind of expanded to horizons. I'm pretty sure you can get it at Disney Springs somewhere now.
You can get it at Pop Century.
Yes, that's right. So that's what I'm going to go with. Would you beg to differ?
I would. No, I think did I say that at the beginning? We got so off track. I don't even know. I agree with you though. I think it's the most popular because, like I said, if you see Facebook or you like somebody's like, what snack should I get at Magic Kingdom? It's like Dole Whip. Now let me say, last time we were at Magic Kingdom, I switched it up a little bit. We went and had a treat from the Shun. I can't even talk. I haven't even been drinking tonight. The Sunshine Tree Terrace.
There it is.
We had a nice treat from there. And I think that, their orange and vanilla swirl, that might rival the Dole Whip because the orange stuff is made with real orange juice. So it tastes a little bit different than like a creamsicle. So that's a good one too.
Is that the one that's to the right of the entrance of Tiki Room?
It's actually right beside Skipper Canteen.
So that's the little.
It's like the little hut with the orange bird.
Yes.
It's where the orange bird.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So fun fact, they have in the last year or ish, they have added a fun little new mural picture shot just to the left of that small, tiny little line. It's not even really a building.
Nice.
Like I don't even know how to explain.
No, it's like two windows that open.
Yeah,
it's two windows. It's between Club 33 and the Skipper Canteen.
Yeah, it's very carnival like. It's very carny. Like open a window.
And they added a mobile order option. I think because we used it last time, but it was chaos. Like they're just people like running to the mobile order window, and it's ice cream, right? So they can't make it until you get there.
Right.
So it's not really. And they stopped mobile order at the Dole Whip, and I think it's for that reason because it doesn't really make sense with something you can't prepare until the person's there. So, yeah, I mean, if the line is too long at Dole Whip, go try out the Sunshine Tree Terrace
for sure. Okay, I'm going to add two categories for myself because
you can. It's our show. You can do whatever you want.
And that I'm going to pick my favorite snack of all time. That is unfortunately, my guess is gone forever. And it was very popular at all of the value resorts. And it wasn't some quick service restaurants, but it was definitely, you had no problem finding it at your value resorts. And that is what most people would consider like the disgusting prepackaged, mass-produced carrot cake little thing.
Carrot cake.
Oh my gosh. That was my absolute week. I literally would get the meal plans because I could get that free every time we ate.
Exactly. And at the end of the vacation, there was like 14 carrot cakes in the room in the fridge.
Yes.
I'm with you. Yes, I agree.
My jam. Oh
yeah, I loved the chocolate cake that came with that.
Yep, you guys.
Every once in a while, you can find that they still have something similar. It's not the same little chocolate cake that was in the round thing, but if you talk sweet and nice to a person, like a cast member that works in the food court, like last time it was like your cinnamon roll. Like she came out of the back with this chocolate cake, and they hadn't been around for 3 or 4 years. So they're delicious.
Why be sweet and nice when you can just whine and complain?
That's true. Result. I mean, it gets same result. Same result. Because if you're sweet and nice, then there's no story 12 years later.
So I'll let you go first with this one. So forget the parks, or it may be one that you've already mentioned, but anywhere on property, what is your most favorite treat? Go.
Anywhere on property. Oh, Lord. My most favorite treat. And they don't have it anymore. But this was my favorite. This was my favorite treat, and it was at shocking surprise, the California Grill. They had a Grand Marnier souffle. It was the best dessert that I ever had, and they gave you, I think it was like, it wasn't orange ice cream. I think it might have been like creamsicle ice cream. So like the souffle would come out. The souffle would come out all puffed up. You'd pop the top, and then you'd drop the ice cream in it. And it would like melt, and it would turn into like this doughy, delicious Grand Marnier taste. Oh, I want it right now, and they don't make it anymore.
Maybe it was my back after this weird 50th menu.
Maybe. I think Walter, our server there, he said that it was hard to make. Like souffles are very, very hard to consistently make. So they ended up throwing out a bunch of them. And only bringing out the good ones. So I don't think it was cost effective to make it. But if they made that souffle anywhere on Disney property, I would go get it. So that's mine. The Grand Marnier souffle from the California Grill. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I know what yours is going to be.
There's no question.
And I hope that we get to experience them together in August.
Yes, I am not. It is at a resort. And I am not bringing my own vehicle or renting a vehicle, so I will Uber because it's not happening. The last 2 times I've been there, the last 4 times I've been here, that has not been opened. And I'm sure because of COVID, it is open. And that is the beignets at Port Orleans, or whatever it is.
Port Orleans.
Yeah.
French Quarter.
That makes sense. Yep. It's like
New Orleans.
Drug. Remember how I was joking earlier about like the funnel cake and like with 6 pounds of sugar on top? The truth is with a funnel cake, they sprinkle it on there and you're all like, so basically you just want me to eat this fried dough and after 3 bites, there's no more powdered sugar. Go to the French Quarter and order 6 beignets. You can take home 3 pounds of powdered sugar with you after you've eaten. They know how to do it.
They know how to do it up. Look at all the tables in that dining hall, man. Like when people, it's just like
it looks like Scarface.
It's like Scarface was in there.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe we had the same thought.
Yes. Yeah. And honestly, like that is one of my favorite. That is one of my all-time favorite treats anywhere on property. Yep. But I knew, since again we don't plan these shows, but I knew that was your all-time favorite.
I don't think I actually knew that they had them at Walt Disney World because we went in 2017. I know this is really bad. It took us that long, but Kim and I went to Disneyland for the first time, and they have them in the park at a restaurant and outside at downtown Disney. So you could get that. Like we were waiting for the fireworks one night and Kim was like, I want beignets. I'm going to go get them. And we had to figure out like which place is closer. And it was actually closer to leave Disneyland and walk out to go get them and come. And she made them, but like totally fine. And then I think it was you guys that told us they're like, they have them and I was like, I'm sorry, they have them where? And like, ever since they've been open, we've always made a trip there.
Yes.
So
they're delicious. They're so good.
Yes. We will Uber or walk. Come,
yes. Or I'll drive you there. It's fine. I'll come get you.
Perfect.
I'll be your Uber.
Love it.
And you can get them with alcohol too. They got Fireball and they got Bailey's. So they're delicious. Some people want to put the alcohol in it, but that makes it like gooey and soggy. My advice would be take the shot of alcohol, then bite the beignet.
Yes.
It's delicious.
Because they come in like a syringe, right?
Yeah, they come in like a little syringe, little.
Yep.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a better way to end.
Yeah. That makes me want to go drive there right now.
Don't do it.
And get beignets, and then I'll send a picture to you, like me, like.
I hate your face. Can't do it. I think we're almost 75 days out. I got an email with a counter the other day, and I was like, "Ooh, how far? Ooh, it's like, ooh, we're close."
Oh yeah, you're staying on property now, so they like send you things.
73 days, 3 hours, 54 minutes, 55 seconds, 54 seconds, 53. I have to stop.
That's right. You don't usually get those because you don't usually stay on property.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we stayed for the 50th, but I think somebody else booked. Maybe Matthew booked it, so I didn't get the email.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
So I'm coveting this beautiful email. It's wonderful.
I like it.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Okay, well, that wraps up our first series. I think we did good.
I think we did good.
Well,
I hope people are still listening. I mean, we could be talking to ourselves, but we enjoyed talking about food.
That's right. We do this for ourselves, and other people tend to enjoy following along with our shenanigans.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you to our community. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
We never talked about the fact that you got recognized going into Magic Kingdom.
Oh yes, I did. And hopefully she's listening. So yeah, before we sign off, I will give you this quick story. A couple weeks ago, I was driving to Magic Kingdom to meet Krista, and I can't forget who else. Somebody else was there with her. But I was driving to Magic Kingdom. I dropped her off because she is with child and cannot walk really far from TTC. So I dropped her off and I went to park the car. I'm pulling through the gate at the ticket place, and I show the girl my pass and my ID, and she goes, "Hey, I recognize you from your podcast." And I just sat there like this.
Because we joked that only 9 people watch our show.
Yeah. And I said, "Come again?" And she goes, "Yeah, another Disney podcast." And I was like, "You're amazing. Thank you for listening." And then I drove away. Like, I didn't have any of our swag. That was all in Krista's bag because she always carries that to like give out to people in the park. So I didn't have anything to give her, but man, I wish I had stickers and pins. But that's really cool. Like, we got recognized in the real world.
You're a rock star status.
Which is super cool. I don't know her name. I hope you're listening. Text us, send us an email, be like, "That was me."
Yes.
It was very cool to be recognized in the world.
Yes. And if you want to know how to text us or message us, it's always in our
show notes,
description, or show notes, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon, this is the highlight of my week. I needed this today.
This has been the highlight of my week. I'm glad we got to meet up today.
Shenanigans
pretty
funny when we started.
Was definitely had before the show started. Again, if you guys text us and say, "Hey, we want the behind the scenes access," it only costs $100, and you're going to get, you're going to be privy to that conversation.
We'll donate it all to charity. We don't need your $100. It's more of like, it's more of like a dare for us to release that. Because oh boy,
yeah, I would. Yeah. That if somebody sends $100 and we have to release that, we are signing off.
I am an editor for a living, which is why you only hear the great stuff. Okay, people.
All right,
love
people.
You to our community. 73 days and counting. I won't give you the seconds. 49, 48. And I can't wait to see your beautiful faces. And maybe a new face.
And a new face.
All right, until next week,
all right,
or whenever
everybody.
we record our next show, bicycle.
Peace.